anybody that can help me keep an eye on the chat for any bad actors, let me know.
We're live.
Ban them.
We're live.
Oh,
I don't.
Anybody that can help me keep an eye on the chat for any bad actors. Yep. That said, appreciate it. You know we're watching now, right?
Yes.
Hello and welcome to Monsters of Roll. This is why we split up the duties. Scott DMs and I run the show. I can't DM and run the show. It just gets crazy. And then somebody's telling us how cool the music is. Thanks, Killian. And I get distracted, and then it's much my fault. But hello and welcome. We'll post production, right?
We'll just edit this out, right?
And welcome to Monsters of Roll. Thank you for joining us for the finale of our Witches story arc of one-shots. Using the Complete Witches Definitive Edition. Scott, that was your cue.
Definitive.
From Mage Hand Press. It's been a blast. So thank you, Mage Hand Press, for that. That's just it's been an awesome thing to play. A lot of cool, complex things that we've been able to do, and we could certainly dive in more on a regular campaign. But the one shots are pretty cool. Stacy pointed out it's been just under a year. We're 1 day short of a year since we did the first one shot. So that's pretty cool. It's almost to the day. Tonight we're revisiting that same time loop we started with our initial one shot. Again, I apologize for the horrible audio quality on that one. If you happen to go back and listen to it, hopefully everybody can hear us today. Killian, if you're out there, can you hear us okay? Looks good. Hopefully, yep. All right, let us know if you can hear us. So after this ragtag coven initially failed to stop Obsidian Hellfeather and her Black Coven in that Deathrattle episode, we went further back in time to when they all first met with some additional one-shots. The Silversmith, where they all met for the first time at the fair, and which began the War of the Spoon. The Stonecutter, where they delved down and found the Stonecutter trapped into his room with no apparent way, no apparent cause of his death other than his coughing sickness. Witch Blessings, where they went to visit a village to give their blessings to the new birth of the new mayor's young daughter, and found the village decimated, taken over by gnolls and all these weird raven things, and the baby is missing. And then on to the Well of Souls, where they were in hot pursuit of their what turned out to be their nemesis. I want to give the Jackie Lazarus at midnight. They infiltrated the keep, the Well of Souls, looking to try to stop them from whatever they're doing. And they found a secret hidden space with a tome with pages ripped out. And then they fought a Drider to the death via their familiars as they're falling into an endless pit. So very, very cool things. And now we're back here to this time and place where we first started to try again, racing against the clock. So we're going to jump in. We'll give everybody a chance to introduce their characters in a moment. It is nearing dusk when you arrive, worn and exhausted, warily tracking the flickering, lonesome campfire on the eastern ridge overlooking a small, dark valley already in shadow. The weary forest of old, overgrown trees and tangled, thorny brambles choking the valley below is eerily silent in the oppressive, muggy heat. The light of the sun blazes scarlet behind swirling storm clouds as it sinks below the western lip of the valley, raging but impotent to hold either the storm or the night at bay. Thunder rumbles across the hills, so close it feels like it's rattling your teeth. You arrive singly, but nearly simultaneously, at the small campfire, and each of you immediately recognizes the aged crone sitting on her stool at the fire, a battered copper tea kettle swung out over the fire, already hissing steam. She goes by the name of Agony Death Thistle, great-granddaughter of the legendary tragedy Death Thistle, and she is nearly as well known as her great-grandmother, with a reputation of being unflappable, canny, cautious, and not unkind towards those both within and without the craft. She beckons you closer without looking up, her rheumy eyes staring somberly into the fire as she turns what appears to be a small, ornately carved wood, and crystal hourglass over, the dark sand spilling steadily into the empty lower chamber. Come closer, children. I thought there would be more of you, but as may be, perhaps shall be enough, and time enough as needed, in my old bones as well. Each of you, as we've established, already recognizes the others, having worked with and against each other in various roles throughout the years. But I'm going to ask each of you now to introduce and briefly describe your characters to the audience. And after each intro, I'll give you each a sentence or two of context reminding you how you came to be here. Catherine, you would lead off with your character, your craft, your curse, which is a cool facet of the Witch's Compendium, and your familiar, please.
I play Maple, a changeling witch of the gingerbread craft. We like to conjure confectionaries, and my curse is insanity, because my desserts are insanely delicious, and my familiar is a little gingerbread grip, a little flying lizard named Lolly, and he is my friend.
Thank you. Maple, 2 weeks ago, the 2 senior members of your coven came down with a horrifying illness. And despite all the honey tea and lemon drops you force fed them, they only got sicker and sicker until they finally shooed you out of the house. But not before your cracked perceptions caught a mental glimpse from the senior witch of old, stale, moldy blackberry tarts walking the dark hills and valleys north of the River of Gods with a silent warning of danger. You return the next morning to find their finely designed and exquisitely decorated houses in shambles, shaken apart in the terrible death throes they suffered in their last moments. Lolly totally agrees with you that moldy tarts aren't good, and someone should get rid of them and maybe give whoever made them some pointers on how to make good blackberry tarts that people actually want to eat. Stacy.
Hi, I'm Alagasa Zubella, also known as Gassi. I'm a sky witch and thus above them all. I have a visions curse. I see all kinds of things that are about to happen. And my imp is my little fiend or friend.
Gossi, it finally came true. The visions you saw of your friends, the 2 senior members of your coven who had always been kind enough to keep half an eye on you in the wilds north of here, while still giving you the space and silence you craved. You first noted their erratic flying during a poetry reading you were giving a couple weeks ago, as they dove and swooped in the distance among the clouds, catching your words scattered and reformed in patterns meant and unmeant by the great winds you had sought for the recital. Over the following days, they became even more unbalanced, uncontrolled, ill, it seemed, but they determinedly kept their distance from you, flying until they could fly no more, until they finally tumbled to the ground and you were left with a deadly, lonely silence. During those weeks, you'd begun to detect a subtle and disconcerting pattern in the winds beginning to take shape, and you followed it, exploring the edges until you finally determined that the pattern taking shape centered here above these hills. Scott.
Hello. I play the once adventurer and monster hunter Alistair, now known as the Keeper. That of the blue craft, the true magic of the world that burns deep inside, and due to the power of that magic, knocks things over. That magic burns and curses the body in which it envelops, and so the Keeper's curse is a burned corpse with a fire that burns inside, coming out of the eyes and mouth. And my familiar, of course, is Ember, a little wick of a fire that likes to come out and play and assist, and once in a while start a little brush fire.
Thank you. Keeper of the Flame, not long ago, the other 2 members of your coven were wiped out by a terrible racking illness, burning themselves out into embers and then to nothing. You've traced the threads of that dark illness here among the lonely hills just north of the Tuatha River. Alistair, human rider of the flame, Somehow the 2 senior members of the Keeper's Coven were destroyed, burnt out by whatever they brought back with them from some gathering of elders. You know the Keeper will destroy anything and anyone in its way to make sure no one else learns that secret. Alistair, 3 additional points. Because you, unlike the rest, remember. You've lost count of how many times you've been here now. Easily hundreds. You've seen each witch fall, including the Keeper, through the illusionary bridge into the tentacles of something in the water, be overwhelmed by flocks of undead ravens, or swamped under the zombies rising out of the bog. You've seen the image of Obsidian's body under the white arches dissipate into nothing, and you've screamed yourself hoarse and mad over and over, trying to turn the course of time to no avail. 2, you've realized that Gossie's seemingly random threats of death and mayhem really are all glimpses of different possible futures. And you may be the only mortal soul, Alistair, including Gossie, who has seen so many of them actually play out in reality, time after time after time. 3, you're noticing Agony Deathrattle is looking paler and weaker each time you start this journey. And we'll throw a 4th one in there just for kicks. I think it bears repeating. In the hundreds of times that you've been through this, you have 100% confirmed that Maple is delightfully, absolutely insane.
Agreed. Maple is insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Agony Deathrattle pulls the kettle closer, taking it off the hook and beginning to pour several cups of tea in delicate china cups, well used and each appearing to have been shattered at one point, but now pieced together again with some kind of silvery metal holding the rejoined shards together. You have all lost the rest of your covens, murdered with the Deathrattle sickness that Obsidian and her coven engineered and released at the last moot of elders. I understand that you each have your own motivations for being here, but I offer you now a chance to stop what she is about to set in motion down there at the heart of this dark place. Obsidian Hellfeather's Black Coven, the drowned goblin Draculazarus, and the hollow shadow elf that goes by the name of Midnight are both sworn to help Obsidian break her bindings to this earth, to transcend mortality, these troubles of flesh and blood, age and infirmities and endings, to obtain lichdom, everlasting on death, everlasting hunger for pain and power, and an everlasting plague upon the living to come after us. If you 3 are willing, drink this tea and it will weave you into a new coven, a covenant with each other of blood and will and shared insight, with a strength and endurance that brings you in the fight ahead only to be undone by death. Yours, or perhaps mine. We will see how the magic unfolds. She offers the cracked teacups reformed into new teacups to each of you as she's pouring. All you need do in the valley below is disturb either the corpse of Obsidian Hellfeather or the phylactery she plans on binding her eternal essence to, and the ritual will be broken, her soul cast to the ethereal winds, lost and hopeless, unhomed and unneeded. You must act quickly, though. I've done what I can to keep events contained, but you have just over an hour by my reckoning. She eyes you, Alistair. She's eyeing the Keeper, but Alistair, you feel she's piercing your gaze. Perhaps if someone could get control of himself and stop acting like a mad dog, that might help the others believe him, or this once. She holds up her cup in salute.
Maple's been pouring honey into their cup this entire time.
Tea, honey. Yeah, as like he drinks his cup, the blue flame that envelops underneath and all that, for a moment there is that burning orange flame in the eyes that just flickers for a moment as he drinks.
And Gossie will also kind of raise her glass as if she was going to cheers, but then realizes who she's with and just drinks it.
Pinky out.
All right. As before, right? You all know Jaculazarus, a drowned soul and crafty creature, a goblin with stringy green hair and dark hatred of most people he's ever encountered, especially the three of you, plus your other compatriots over the years. You know little of Midnight, other than as a member of this coven, a Shadow Kai or Shadow Elf, a hollowed soul, an empty shell as far as any of you know or can tell. He or she works almost exclusively in the shadows and gray areas, even of your world of the covens. So, just for our watchers here, we're tapping into a witch compendium thing. They are forming a new coven, which means that they will get a spell slot. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth spell slot. They also get additional spells that they can know as long as they're within 30 feet of one of the other members of the coven. They can use either that shared spell slot or they can use those spells. Now, they are all 7th level, so they do not know 5th level spells, but they still get that 5th level spell slot if they want to upcast for any kind of special any spell. So
Just to clarify, we share those.
it's a shared pool. Yeah. So let me know if you're using that instead of your own personal spell slots. And we'll make sure and mark that down so that everybody remembers what's been used. So okay. And I texted everybody with the shared spells earlier on Facebook. So Messenger. All right. You're at the clearing. There's this depression, the bowl of the this kind of sunken valley nearby. Anything that everyone wants to do before they set off into this kind of narrow wooded path?
Well, we only have an hour.
Let's rush.
That being said,
Can you
seeing as we had
fly?
right, seeing as what was said to Alistair, and there is that little internal battle of control, I'm gonna make a roll, see if Alistair can take some.
Can I fly?
I have okay. I rolled a 19. So I'm gonna that fire will change a little bit, and the voice pitch will alter. Time, obviously, like we said, we have an hour. Time's of the essence. If we're going to do this, we're gonna have to stop working together as we all work against each other, and let's just get there and do this. So I can fly. I can carry, hopefully, both of you.
I can fly.
Perfect.
I can't. I can't, but I can be
Sorry.
very small.
Irrelevant, but if it takes anything, you don't have to be. And
No.
I'm going to use kind of with a look of like, if this everyone's allowed, I'm going to use one of our spell slots, our shared, and cast polymorph and turn into a giant vulture, which is a large creature, and I can easily carry at least one person.
Mabel has already become a small child with a lollipop.
So I have a 60 feet movement, and like basically I'll pick up this small maple child and just look at Gossi in a vulture look of the direction we're going, of keep up, and
I'm gonna take
it's
off.
gonna yep, and yeah. And I'm gonna use my action to dash, so I'm doing 120 feet around. If Gossi doesn't look like she can maintain, seeing as I'm carrying a child in the other claw, I will gently try to scoop her up to maintain speed, because we are stronger together.
So you're using a 4th level, one of the 4th level spell slot?
Yep.
Thank you. All right. How fast does Gossi go? I just want to know what this looks
60 feet.
So if you're dashing, then you can also keep.
So you can keep up.
20,
Okay. I'll keep up then.
Yep. We can match each other's speed.
What's your dexterity modifier? And Scott, what's the dexterity modifier of a giant vulture?
Not very dexterous, 0.
Okay. All right.
2.
She's just ahead of you.
Yep.
I'm gonna lean in this a little bit. She may be. You can't really tell, right? Because it's right talking about. She may be kind of giving it just a side eye glance at you in your rearview mirror once in a while, just to make sure she's keeping up ahead of you. But
I think I'll also like use some little dancing lights to come out of the like behind me as if I am like going at the speed of light.
Ah.
I'll say for Flare, the only thing is every time the wings beat, there's like almost that dirty smoke that's coming off of it.
all right, so you all are flying into the valley.
Oh yeah, if we're all
Breakneck
doing
speed.
a little bit of flair, like I'm dropping candy all over, so like a t-shirt cannon.
Are you tossing your cookies? I mean,
The parade float just flinging handfuls out on the. Are you like skimming the treetops? Are you going like along the path flying? Are you flying high up ahead? What's the plan here? Gossi, you're up barely in the lead. What are you setting for the tone here?
I think I'll go just above the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'm thinking Blitzkrieg as well. Just
right.
even if there's things there, or it's like we're coming in hot and fast, right at
I don't really know how great of a flyer you are, so I'm a little bit worried about going if you could dodge and keep up with me. Is my reasoning.
That's fair. That's
All
fair.
right. So
I break branches that stick up. It just doesn't matter.
Ow!
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Higher.
Maple it's an exciting ride, Maple.
Woo!
Arrowing down the following that just barely above the winding path down the way down the ridge to the center of the bowl-shaped valley. As you delve high, right, the woods get thicker and thicker as you're just thundering into this valley here. Gossi, you would notice that there's no wind and no breeze in this small bowl-shaped valley. Like once you cross that ridge and get down, but overhead, those clouds are still swirling. Like this ginormous cloud formation is swirling, like continuing to rotate, circling wildly around this valley here. As you notice that, oh, you don't want that. You want this one.
It doesn't look like normal weather.
You may want to, Maple. You may hear faintly from just ahead of you.
The cries of the damned lead you to your end. They will pluck out your gumdrop eyes.
Cool.
Not wrong. I'm a vulture. Sorry.
Wally's like, no!
You are
Not my
as you're
gumdrop.
peering through the forest. You're seeing more and more fluttering in the trees behind the sides. Everybody roll me a perception check, please.
Ooh. What do we got for perception?
Oh, I have advantage on perception checks with my keen sight.
There you go.
That helped. That's good. Better. That's better.
21.
All right.
24.
The vulture sees 18.
So fantastic. All right. All right. You're catching sight of ravens and crows off on the sides, and you sense that their eyes are upon you. Their attention is greater than you would have expected from any normal birds. Right? They're not scattering away from you as they should when a large, predator like the giant vulture and Gossi are flying right above their treetop perches. As you're speeding past, you are noticing some of those birds are cocking their heads toward you. They're missing eyes. Their feathers are matted and disarranged. There's no croaks, no cawing, no noises in the deadly still forest until ahead of you start hearing harsh imitation of a scream. And then from the sides, ahead and behind you, you hear the mimic sounds of more screams, of begging as you're tearing through the forest. And then one starts the noise as of a baby crying. and then they're all mimicking the baby's cries for a long moment until the crying turns once again to a cacophony of screaming voices.
Creepy.
So you have another moment here.
Keeper, the drowned gods will warm their cold hands over your smoldering corpse before this night ends.
Ah!
Scald, I see for your
Sorry.
Scald, for your perception check, I see you rolled a 13, so you do not notice that the birds are missing eyes or that their feathers are missing. You just know that they're paying more attention to you. Thanks
See
for
the
rolling.
screams down below.
Very quickly, you swoop out over at the center of this bowl, a low, marshy clearing. You can see a low bridge that barely clears the murky pool of water, leading to a large, mostly flat outcrop of stone covered in moss and weeds. And on top of the rock, a stark white marble altar and fluted pillars fading in and out of sight behind a drifting veil of fog. On the altar, there does appear to be a twisted body lying there. On the ground around the altar, several bodies are slumped in dark pools. 2 figures kneel among the bodies, heads bowed. You guys are moving really quickly. Gossi, you have a third vision. As you swoop out over the valley here, the bowl.
The touch of the shadow in the flailing, fluttering storm will drain your souls from your bones.
Going to flip over to the map, and y'all can pick where you're going to land. You approach this very differently than last time, so we'll see if the DM is prepared. Here is and I can get a better view here in just a second. You're swooping in this way over the trees. You can see a different view here.
DM, do you have a giant eagle just so I can stay very in game with this, or is there? I'm joking. I'm totally joking. I won't be a giant vulture for long. I promise. Right. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
This will be you for the moment. Here, hold on a second.
I was so joking. I just wanted to be that person.
Oh, fine.
Excuse me, do you have the chart for Conjure Animals? It says my DM will have a chart.
Yep. I can make up a chart really, really quickly.
There's a table for that.
All right. This little Mothra character is a giant vulture.
Darn right it is.
Right behind Gossi. Right, where are you two? What are you two doing? Gossi, you're slightly in the unless the giant vulture is going to break off. Gossi, why don't you tell me where you're going first, what direction you're going first, and then the vulture can tell me where he's going.
I would be headed around here. I'm in over there.
Okay. Vulture.
Breakneck speed right for that island. I'm gonna loosen my kind of claw grip to just more cradle Maple if she decides she wants to do something in that moment. Okay. But
are there there are people standing there?
There are 2 people standing. There's a whole bunch of bodies on the ground around the altar.
Sure, I will just throw down a little boiling hot candy.
Oh,
boiling hot liquid sugar, like as we're coming in hot, just like just like a crop duster.
Okay, yeah, if you're gonna do that, I'll do a flyby and just kind of give you that as before coming out of the form on the next beginning or end of this turn.
Are you lining up with this and Gossi? You're gonna try to pull up before you hit Gossi?
Yeah, like I would trust that she's gonna end her. No, she's insane. She's insane. No, I will make sure to veer off
Okay.
or
right.
literally like turn back human, or witch or whatever, on the other side of the bad guy to land right at the left, I guess from my angle, left side of the altar. So the
Up here.
yeah, right there. So like do a strafe, land, and boom.
All right. Gossie, or excuse me, Maple, are you, I
Yeah.
guess, an actual spell? Or are you doing something candy blast, or what are you doing here?
Yeah. So it's acid splash essentially. It's just
Ooh, okay.
it's flavored like candy. And I can, unless the targets are within 5 feet of each other, which I don't think they are. I can only choose one.
The cloaked, hooded one standing at the bridgehead, or the dark cloaked one standing closer to the altar. That is turned.
Altar. We're gonna choose the altar boy.
All right, altar boy.
Ooh, that was a good roll. So that's 9. Oh, you guys. I forget how to use a paper sheet. I rolled a 9 for damage on the 2d6. Do I add my spell casting ability to that?
On an acid splash, do they have to make a dexterity save?
Yeah, I think they do actually.
Then it's just
Yes.
your spell
Modifier.
DC that they roll against.
So,
Yeah. So it's a dexterity throw.
Okay, and so it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier is what they have to beat.
Yes, I have that.
Okay. What do they have to beat?
14.
They do not. Okay, yep, roll me some damage. And then I'm not sure on acid splash what that takes if you want to.
It's at level 5, it's 2d6, and I rolled 9.
All right. They are not happy.
But it's strawberry! They yell.
Burns as here's the wings beating. And I'm like, ah! Yes. So we're off to a rousing start. And with that surprise round, let's go ahead and roll initiative for me, please.
What?
Fair.
Racing in at 120 feet per second.
Oh no.
Are they surprised?
Yes, they were surprised.
Do they have the surprised condition?
That was your surprise condition. That was their through.
Okay.
Got a free hit. They're moving very quickly now.
Fair. Very fair.
I rolled an 8 for initiative.
Okay.
Oh, that's easy.
Scald has a 7. Scald's behind you. Maple.
Well, Scald, I rolled a 7, but I get +1, so.
11.
12 for the
11 for
keeper.
Gossie, and 12 for Keeper.
For the keeper. Yep, I have no bonus.
Holy cow, you all.
Fine.
You got no bonus, Scott?
Nope. Burned corpses tend not to move real quick.
Or else they'll break
Or do
apart.
giant eagles or giant vultures.
Real fast, but they don't corner well.
Nope. Not bankers. Not bankers. That's why when you see them circling, it's wide circling arcs.
Yeah.
Wide and
All right. With that, we will go top of the order then.
Yep.
oops.
Yep. That's why I was hoping for the surprise condition, because that means they can't do anything until they have their turn, and then they're no longer surprised.
Right.
But
Oh,
we flew in without any aggression.
This is, yeah. So they're surprised. Now we're top of the order, and you all rolled really low on your initiative. So
Yep.
It's
Fair,
gonna
fair.
work out.
But I rolled the infinity symbol.
All right, that dude's gonna do that. You hear? So did the giant vulture shift out of? Are you still in giant vulture form? You just perched on the ground there, or did you shift out?
I was like, because of I didn't know how the turn was working. If I could have come out of it, I would have. Otherwise, if I couldn't have, I'll do it on my turn.
I'll say that you're coming in hot and just dramatic effect, like right, however, whatever the
I'm with
keeper
you.
does.
I'm with you.
Maple, where would you like to be here, Maple?
I'm probably standing right next to the keeper because I probably would have flown in and let go and right as they landed.
And familiars, where would we like our familiars to be? Gossie? Actually, we'll go in order. Keeper, where would your familiar be? Where's Amber at?
Currently still inside of me or on my shoulder. You pick.
Right? Maple?
Lolly is in my pocket.
Lolly in your pocket. Gossie?
Lolly in my pocket.
The imp will be up in this tree.
Okay. All right. You all hear. Scald, you can let me know on there where you want your familiar to be, and we'll go from there. Thanks. You hear a cackle from, and it's Draculazarus's voice, that goblin's voice. Slog your step and bog your soul. And immediately you all kind of just sink like half a foot into the ground. However, Midnight also sinks about half a foot into the ground as it just becomes marsh. Just the entire rocky surface just becomes this steady, marshy, like you all sink in a good half a foot into the ground, and it becomes difficult terrain. And that is
No idea where that came from.
Roll me a perception check.
So this part is like that?
Here.
That'd be
Yep, I should.
18.
I was meant to grab a piece of string. About this area here is now this boggy mess. Is that 30 feet? 30-foot radius.
Yeah, give or take. It's fine.
Yeah, close enough.
Yep.
All right.
So 18.
The sound 18 came from somewhere here, like really close to that altar.
My only question is, did I see who casted it?
You did not.
Okay.
And you'll be familiar. This is a witch companion. This is a hex. This is the Meyer hex.
Oh, okay.
Good question. I'm going to move the camera up because we are not where I thought we were going to start. We all there. We'll go over there. All right. That goes that. The cloaked figure turns, pulls his hood down. His eyes are glowing red. He's horns sticking out of his head. Clearly tiefling. A booming voice. Be gone, mortals. You have no hope of disturbing what has begun. And he's going to rush. He's going to charge. And quickly gets bogged down into the marsh. As he's charging straight at you, Maple. He's got a sword down and then sinks into the mire. Don't see them yet. All right. There is a rush of wings come flying in. As swarms of those half undead ravens come flying in from the trees surrounding this clearing. Let's see. And now it is the keeper's turn. So we have cloaked figure with a sword, Midnight, one of the coven members, keeper, Maple, Gossie, 3 swarms of ravens. These undead ravens come flying in. You're all standing next to this white pillar that Alistair knows is fake, but nobody else has realized yet, including the keeper.
Right. So if I can start him around, I want to do the Alistair keeper roll.
Yep.
That was low, so keeper.
Yep.
So the keeper is basically taking what is going on and just is in battle mode, scorched earth, and is going to do so next to the cloaked figure, if you go west to 1 square. Oh no, I thought the other one was a cloaked one. I'm sorry. That other one,
Midnight,
that one,
right?
to
Midnight.
towards you, to the right by the pillar, just a little bit, right there. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh nope, kitty corner down, 1 more. Nope, down. My down. Yep, right there. That is the spot. You got it. In that zone, that won't affect anyone that is currently an ally to the keeper. I'm going to cast a lovely, wonderful spell. And we have, because this is the selfish side going right now. Nope. We got casting Gravity Sinkhole.
Oh,
And anything, any creature within 20 feet radius of a spot I choose, which is that spot, has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, the creature takes 5d10 force damage and is pulled in a straight line towards the center of that sphere, ending in an unoccupied space as close to the center as possible, even if that space is in the air. And then on a save, they take half as much damage and are not pulled. So I'm trying to group them together and pull them away from us.
Are you putting it up in the air or just right at the ground level there?
5, 10, 15. I'll take it 5 feet, 5 feet off the ground. It won't be enough to do damage either way, but it keeps all of the bad guys right there in range.
All right. I'm going to do for the cloaked figure first.
Okay.
Constitution save of what's he have to beat?
14 is my spell save.
Beats that. So what does he do? What happens again? Half damage?
He takes half damage when I roll and does not get pulled.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to go the swarm of ravens right there next. They do not save.
Perfect.
I'll double check, but they do not save. Nope.
I didn't think they'd have much for con.
here. Let's see.
Ooh. Okay. 4, 6. That's 10.
1,
Plus 3.
2, 3. Okay.
That's 18 plus 9.
And we will do midnight.
No. 13.
Midnight does
29. 30.
midnight saves.
Boo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Midnight does not save.
Yay.
You said yours is
So he's-
15?
Total damage is 30. Total damage.
Your DC is what again?
14.
15? Yep, does not save.
14. So, and my total damage is 30 force damage, and if they take half, it's 15.
All right. All right. You hear as the ravens get sucked in, the cultist, like something snaps as his body gets wrenched, like his feet were sunk into the ground, and as the gravity pulls, like he gets wrenched, and half of him goes flying up into that.
Oh man!
Most excellent.
Again!
He maybe thought you couldn't stop him, but clearly gravity had a different opinion.
No one can fight gravity.
Okay, and I need to roll. And you see, as it gets pulled, like this grouping, they all get slammed into this thing, and you see out of nowhere, Dracula Lazarus the Goblin got sucked into this as well, and lost his concentration on his invisibility spell.
For a free action at the end of my turn, seeing that fire.
All right. Check one other thing.
I haven't used a bonus action. If I can I move my Ember?
Yeah, you can tell Ember to go move. Yep.
Yep. I want Ember to take his full flying speed and basically go 40 feet straight line. He'll basically be going to ram into the corpse to start it on fire to see if it can disrupt the spell. But
yes.
Yep. But obviously it's and it's an illusion.
Yeah, Ember like, and just you see the keeper's familiar just burn through what should have been the corpse of Obsidian Hellfeather, and nothing happens. Like it kind of wavers, like you can see Ember through. It kind of flickers a little bit as you bursts through the corpse of Obsidian Hellfeather lying twisted on that altar. But it does not start on fire. It does not seem to shudder or move or shiver in any way. It's as if Ember passed through the body without having any effect, which you've all worked with Ember and the Keeper enough. That's not the usual behavior. So if anybody investigates, they would have advantage on their investigation at this point. Something's fishy about this. All right. Gossi, you are up.
All right. I'm going to look up to the sky. I'm going to create a storm cloud. And then I'm going to say, with the wrath of the sky's blades. And then I'm going to send a lightning. I'm going to call lightning down. Right on this one.
Sorry, this one.
Was that one dead?
That one's dead. There's half of him there.
I'll take.
I wouldn't worry about that half.
Sorry. Midnight here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Is that a targeted attack for the first one and then dexterity saves for the rest?
No, it's just a dexterity save.
For all of them?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. We will do in order. Swarm of Ravens first. Excuse me, Jackie Lazarus first. That's a nat 1 plus 3 is not going to do it. Midnight.
Feels like this stream is going a little different.
Not going to do it. And the Ravens. No. Okay. Roll your damage.
Chris, before we do the damage, I just want to ask really quick.
Uh-huh.
The Dracu Lazarus or whatever. If he's the one who cast the spell on the bog and all that, if it's a concentration spell, did he make a concentration save after he took that damage?
Thank you. Yes. So he would have failed that as well. So there's no longer boggy, difficult terrain. Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah. So the Witch Compendium, the hexes, when you make a concentration save, that applies to both any ongoing hexes you have and any spells you have. Because he tackled, he did that. That higher one amplifies the number of rounds by the number of people that are within the effect. So it would have been going for 4 rounds. The ground miraculously just shakes off in dust at your feet. You kind of step up as it starts to solidify, and you're good. The stump to the legs of the cloaked figure are now encased in the earth. So, and apparently in the stone, it's becoming stone again on the top of this little hillock. So, damage.
22.
Yes.
Booyah.
Feathers, just smoking feathers from the ravens.
I just think of all those games when you kick the chicken, you know.
Midnight gives a scream as the bolt just races through him, up and down, races through him, and falls. He looks a lot like the keeper right now. Smoldering corpse at the bottom, on the ground. So they're toast. The
Bye bye birdie.
Jackie Lazarus drops and stumbles to his knees on the ground. That was a lot of damage.
Well done.
Anything with your movement or bonus action? As these storm clouds are swirling over, there was the storm clouds up above, and now there's winds and cloud and crackling energy all across the top of this hillock in a 60-foot radius.
I am going to have my imp change it into a raven.
Okay.
Is there something we can do to make it seem different than the other ravens?
Bigger.
An albino.
You can do an albino raven.
Albino raven. Let's do that.
So, right, just for a fact, kind of the imp has wings but just kind of starts molting feathers, and his face elongates into a beak, and it gives a horrible screeching call as my little imp changes into an albino raven.
My little impy, my little impy.
With your powers confined, I transform.
Maple.
Yeah.
All this is and the mire is gone. Thank you. So they all go vroom, vroom, and there's stumps of legs buried in the thing, and the ground is solidifying, and lightning just kind of get whipped up in this quick little storm, and a lightning bolt comes slamming down and fries a bunch of people, and there's bird feathers, and it smells like chicken. Like a chicken pot pie of some kind.
Yeah.
Although the chicken wasn't very fresh when it got fried.
That's fair. You've gone off a little bit.
One person standing, Draculazarus, the goblin, is on his knees.
Yeah. I would love to hex him. I would like to hex him with ruin.
All right. Can you remind us and me what that does?
Yes. So as an action, I can choose one creature I can see within 60 feet. He has to make a Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, his armor class is decreased by 3.
He does not beat your DC.
Is that your cackle?
How would you describe? Yeah, and if you cackle, then that stays for whatever.
Another round.
Yeah, for next round.
Maple is absolutely cackling. Like, yeah.
What do you think of a maple ruin? What would that look like to decrease armor class?
Oh man.
Post sugar rush, like just a little bit of lethargy, or
oh man. No, I think it's a little darker than that.
Sugar candy.
Yeah, so it's yeah, so I guess it would kind of okay, I've got it. Taffy just starts to grow up out of the ground and wrap itself around the legs and just sort of like, I guess it would read as far as just like a little bit slower movement because you're stuck in taffy.
I love it. Love it. All right.
Armor class is tied to dexterity. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jack
and then
on his knees, like this taffy just kind of grabs onto him and is dragging at him.
Yeah, like taffy tentacles, essentially.
You're not going to want to get that in the hair. It'll never come out unless you freeze it.
I know.
As you note that, he apparently has cast the prehensile hair spell, where his hair elongates to 10 feet, so his long green stringy hair. So his hair, as he's trying to
getting grabbed,
like the taffy's just embedded in the hair and just pulling at the hair as well.
That is unfortunate.
Would you like to move or use your bonus action to cackle?
Yeah.
Would you like to move at all?
Yeah, I will move to this illusion. The plinth, yeah. Because I kind of want to check that out.
Okay. For
Next
reaction,
time.
You can kind of just swoop your hand through it, right? What would Mabel be doing with an illusionary corpse of one of the worst Black Coven witches in the face of the earth?
Poking at it, trying to take samples of the flesh, like just whatever. And Maple is still in child form, so they
okay.
It just kind of looks like a kid trying to like poke and prod at things.
Perfect. It's the plinth, the body. It's like you're passing through it. Like you're it's not there.
The whole plinth?
Whole plinth. It's you're kind of scuffing, like it's grass underneath, grass and rock underneath. Like the whole plinth, like that altar plinth thing does not exist.
Okay, so then
However,
knowing that, they would be doing that thing where you're like, oh, I'm gonna go downstairs. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, I've got to go back upstairs. But yeah, just that's kind of what they're doing this whole
As
round.
Maple's exploring this again, because right way back when we talked, Maple has a passing interest in architecture. So right as you're doing this, the flaring, fluting columns of white marble, the decorative stone carvings on the plinth, these flowering vines, very clearly a southern style of architecture, not customarily found in these northern climates.
They would absolutely call that out. This is Southern architecture.
That's what you notice out of everything.
Kind of important.
All right. Let's see. Where were we? Scald. Drop. You're hiding behind the trees by the bridge holding your guitar. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. You're strumming from musical notes from somewhere.
Is there battle music going on?
I almost hear like the Wonder Woman, like that.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom.
Top of the order. All right, my battle plan has gone to hell. So,
sorry, man.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is great. This is great. Yeah. Mutters a word.
Most of the time, we are lollygagging around. This time, just straight to it.
Disappears.
Who disappears?
Jackie Lazarus disappears.
Darn it.
Did he cast a spell? Because if he did, and I can see him, I want to use counterspell.
That's what I want to check to see. Is it because he was kind of facing away from you? The way that
but I can see him.
He'd been running. He did the cackle and he was running when he got sucked into the thing. So he's facing away from you. Is it just vocal?
Let me double check.
Invisibility, just plain old invisibility.
Invisibility is verbal, semantic, and material.
Oh,
so
yes,
there's gestures and
you totally see that he's doing something.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast counterspell. Like no.
Perfect. Okay. And he curses in Goblin at you. Do you know Goblin?
I mean, I wouldn't take the time to learn such a filthy language when I can just cast a spell to speak a filthy language. So no.
Mutter something in Goblin, and
I understand it.
You understand it?
Mm-hmm.
Is filthy matchstick. And he's gonna bolt.
Not
10, 15,
not untrue.
Dives into the water and disappears from view.
Even with Ember right there, can Ember still see him at all? Maybe.
He dove into the water. The water is really murky. Roll me a perception check for Ember.
It's not high. But I rolled a 13. His perception is a +1. 14.
Ember knows where he went in, but then he apparently dove in deep.
Fair.
So Ember saw him kind of go off the 5-foot rocky embankment and going right as he's kind of stumbling to his feet, taffy trailing everywhere, yanking his hair. He left some of his hair behind with the taffy on the ground. Yeah. Ran and bolted and dove into the water. and Ember lost sight of him from there. Knows where he went in, but it's like it's right. It was dusk when you came in. It's pretty much dark at this point, particularly down in this valley outside of the line of sight for the sunshine. There's still lightning, thunder crackling around in the storm.
Water's a very good conductor of electricity.
As that's going on, that one's
Yes,
gone.
it is.
In the flashes of lightning, you do see something is stumbling up, climbing up the embankment here. These horrible, tarry looking, right, bog mummies or bog zombies. And there's an additional one. We'll use this dude here. Yeah, we'll use this dude. Crawling up the backside there.
Okay.
The two remaining ravens swarms are flying in to attack, just mobbing you. They'll mob. Evens will be keeper, odds will be Maple.
If I can just take it, I'll take it.
They're mobbing Maple.
Oh, they have disadvantage to hit me.
They're distracted by the smell of lolly.
They are.
Perfect.
It's just so delicious.
All right.
I do smell like a burned corpse.
Maybe.
That can be pleasant.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, that is not a hit. So, Gossi, they're swarming you. They're not able to. You're able to kind of scatter them around.
I imagine Gossi is like, is it, have you seen Shang-Chi? How, like, she uses that wind against him so he just can't even hit her. Like, imagine Gossi moves like that.
I love it. The swarm here on Maple rolled a nat 1. I'm going to say they're so confused, they just kind of flutter up past, and they're just kind of scattered off over here.
Hi.
Perfect.
They smelled lolly and just kind of caught a whiff of this and then with the Shang-Chi going on, wafting the smell
It's over there.
Place, have just kind of followed the smell of lolly around and completely.
That's
Maple,
awesome.
if you would like an opportunity attack, you can against a swarm of undead ravens.
Sure. I will. Gosh, an opportunity attack. That's my dagger. That's my peppermint stick. That's, I guess, whittled down to a point. What do I roll for that?
Or you had the lollipop. You could smack them with the lollipop.
Boom. Either way, it is a natural 20.
Nice. Roll me some damage, please.
That is, with the dagger, it's just 1d4. So that is a 2, so 4. Plus 1 is 5. What a waste of a natural 20.
Pretty sure you're pretty sure you stabbed one of them really, really good.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Because I'm I tasted it.
So you stabbed one, like there's literally one on the end of your dagger.
Is it still flapping?
Nope. Hold on a second. It's undead.
No, maybe.
See. Oh, it is.
Cool.
It's flapping around on your end of your dagger.
I want to Ozzy Osbourne it.
Yes, you do. That is the right answer in this situation.
This is next turn. This is another action. This is not all reaction.
Eating a bat is a free action.
I'm allowing it.
You're kind of a professional eater.
I'm just gonna bite its head off.
Lollipop. Lollipop. That undead raven on a stick.
It didn't taste good.
Catherine, I'm giving you one of my inspiration points.
Well deserved.
You get an inspiration point.
And you get an inspiration point, and you.
You get to use that whenever you like for the rest of our witches arc tonight. For the next
The rest of tonight.
Tonight. Burn it quick.
I'm gonna Maven this thing.
Yeah.
Love you, Killian.
Yeah, I did the giant vulture. She's burning inspiration. Gossi, you do one more, we get a hat trick.
Keeper, you're up.
I'm gonna roll for Alistair. That's a natural 18, so I'm not even gonna add anything to that. So knowing what Alistair knows about what these potentially are, does Alistair understand that when Gossi flies, is it a difference between an ability or is it a spell she is casting?
Depends on what she's doing. She can fly, but she also has a hex where she kind of twists a hex. It's a witchy ability where she can basically kind of float over, kind of loft herself over 30 feet of ground. She does have to touch at the end, otherwise she falls. So if she lofted herself 30 feet up, then she would fall.
So there's a certain investment no matter what version she does.
Yep.
All right. So the fires will change into that more traditional orange-red fire coming out as Alistair kind of takes over from the back seat and takes over the wheel, is going to step in and step directly in between Gossi and Maple. So 5-10 feet to get directly in front of Gossi. And just put a hand on both sides. Trust me, we're better together. Don't let these things touch you. And cast Fly at a 4th level and put it on both of them instead of me.
Oh.
And so those two can now fly. And I maintain concentration. And basically, if I can use the rest of my movement to like kind of shove them up so they are popped up a little bit off the ground.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. So cast Fly, use that spell. So I'm out of those slots now. And then as they go up, I'm going to let them know I'm going to, in a moment, I'm going to make it probably more difficult to see around here unless you can see in actual darkness for next time, just to let them know I'm going to start doing some clouding of the area. And then that is a section. Perfect. Okay. That's not great. Why is that changing every time I click on it? I gotta check if something's a bonus action. I'm sorry. I thought I had everything, but this thing keeps changing, not telling me if it's a bonus.
And Maple, you're in the batter's box, or you're in the next up after that. Batter's box, or yeah. It's been a while since I played baseball.
I never have, so you're doing better than me.
Oh, that's not. Oh. Okay, so I just screwed that up. So for my bonus action, I'm going to have, because I guess that's what I'm doing now, because I screwed this up. Ember is going to pick up a rock and then fly 20 feet. So move him kitty corner down directly 5 feet, like to the left, my left,
To the left.
camera
to the
left. 5 feet. So right, one more, just literally kitty corner, just down. Right, right. That's good. That's good. It's roughly the same area. That works. He's gonna be picking up a rock and literally holding it out while he's a little ember of fire towards me, and I'm going to mark that stone because in a moment I'm going to do a thing. And because I found out, because I did poor planning, a thing is an action and another thing is an action, I'm just going to accept what's about to happen to me, and put two people in a good position so they have eye line, and just say, keep going up. Down low is going to get a little cloudy. And actually, if I have the movement, seeing as he picked up a rock, can I have him, Ember, go 10 feet directly west? 5, 10. Perfect. Right there, because then it puts me inside of what I'm about to do. And that is what Alistair's voice comes through, telling them to keep going higher. Don't let them touch you. And that is what I'm doing as I accept my fate because I screwed up.
Gossi, you're flying again, right? It's this usual, right? You didn't initiate this though. What would you like to do? You're about a foot or two up, like kind of grabbed you and hoisted you, and you're up a foot or two.
I mean, I love this.
Yes.
I prefer. I'm going to call the Sky's Blade down right here.
Okay.
Like right between these two.
Sure. Sounds good. I'm not even gonna roll dexterity save because these are bog zombies. What the heck? We'll see. Maybe one will surprise us. Nope. Nope. They Crockadoom. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, these two are like the tarry substance on them starts on fire, and they both kind of slide back down into the bog or into the water, and just kind of they're floating. They're still smoldering as they're kind of floating corpses in the water.
Okay.
Okay. You have 60 feet of 50 or 60 feet of movement with fly.
60.
60 feet of movement with fly. What would you like to? Would you like to move higher or around, or where would you like to go?
I'll come over this way.
Okay. All right. How many feet up in the air would you like to be? You got plenty of movement there.
Another
20.
20.
Okay. Perfect.
And then the little fiend is going to go and bite this one. Is he in the air?
It's a flock. It's a flock of them.
So how do you attack a flock?
Just go wind, waving and attacking. Clearly, I mean, Maple knows how to do it, right? You take them out one at a time if you have to, and bite their heads off.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna bite one.
Okay, so you're gonna send it over to bite one? Okay, all right, roll me attack roll. Basically just sapping, you're knocking down one part of the swarm until you knock them down to 0 hit points, basically.
22.
Hits.
Five damage.
Piercing.
Piercing. And then they have to do a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
They are on. Yeah. Oh, all right. Apparently good enough. DC 17, you said?
11.
DC 11? Yep. Seems to survive that. So.
Okay.
Okay. All right. My little imp, as a albino, ginormous, red-eyed albino raven, flies in and just is thrashing through that. And you see one of them goes down, and tumbles out of the air as it just kind of thrashing through, and it's this dogfight. One albino raven against the undead flock.
And then flies up in the air.
And flies up in the air then, yep. Opportunity attack on their part. They miss. They're in pursuit though. Flying up after it. Alright, Maple.
Yeah.
You're flying. Like you were examining, then you just start kind of like, then the keeper kind of gives a hug, and you're up in the air a couple feet.
I had a thing I was gonna do, and now I'm flying, so I don't think. Let me roll really quick. Nope, I've forgotten all about my plan. I am going to swoop down toward those.
You still have a headless bird on your prevalent as well. So just in case you want to do anything with that too.
I don't know what you would do with it. I'm gonna swoop closer to these tar creatures.
Okay.
And
that's about 30 feet and stuff.
Sure, yeah, I don't need to go super close. I'm just gonna kind of and I guess the one on the bridge, I will cast Eldritch Orb at.
Okay. Which companion spell? Yes.
Yes, so that is a ball of Eldritch energy. Oh, I have to make a ranged attack. I gotta make a ranged attack. That's not good.
You got this.
Well, that's a 17, and then Okay. So just this giant ball of sticky sweet hot candy, like molten candy, just throws right at him, and that is 2d8. It says force damage,
how
but it's
molten glass just wraps around someone's head.
Yeah, it says force damage, but let's be honest. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 10 damage.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action for good measure, I just want to flick a dead raven off my just like flick that in his face too. So hopefully it sticks onto his forehead.
Slams into it. It kind of staggers a little bit, but keeps its feet, and it's got now it has a dead raven stuck, a headless dead raven stuck to it. Feathers
hopefully it obscures his vision some.
Kind of sags a little bit down his face. Yes.
Is it still alive? Maybe just flapping and just.
Its head is gone.
But it's
undead. I get it.
I was gonna say, but it wasn't dead.
It failed its undead fortitude save, so it's gone. Maybe a couple twitches.
Oh.
All right. Anything else? You got 30 more feet of movement if you like.
30,
yeah, I'm gonna.
How high up is Maple at this point, by the way?
Yeah, I'll go up a little bit. I guess we were only about 10 feet off the ground, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever I could shove you, and I told you go higher.
Cool. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna swoop up about 30 feet, I guess.
Perfect. All right.
And then, do I have any movement after that? No, I don't think
Nope,
so.
that would be it. That's your total 60.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm just gonna change it. Don't get queasy. I'm just gonna change it, Cameron.
I'm blowing my cookies.
You did that on the flight in.
That was
You blew your
candy.
you blew your sprinkles.
A column of sprinkles.
All right, sorry. I
Just
didn't mean to
across
be
the
chaotic.
forest.
Is that a cool picture or not? We'll leave it at
Yeah.
that. We can see better
I
that
like-
those
I
two
like
are
that
up
angle.
in the air. Those two are up in the air. All right. Oh. All right. Top of the order. Scott, roll me a perception check with advantage from because Ember's there too.
Okay. All right. Oh my god. I got almost the exact opposite sides of the dice. I've got a natural 1 and a 19. So with
19's good.
plus
That's
6
good.
for okay. Plus
This
okay.
was a easy to medium one.
Okay.
Both of you notice. You can't. Right, it's not your turn. You can't do it, but you notice, like you see the footsteps, the wet footsteps running across the top of the plateau as a hand grabs on as this tenderly hair grasps onto your wrist, and I need you to make a let go.
So would you say that I see this happen because of that perception check?
No. You just see some steps coming up to you.
But I have
don't think-
advantage if I see it.
It grabs onto your hand.
Okay.
Don't actually see. Let's see. No, it's vocal, somatic, and material. You
That's
hear
all
it.
right.
You hear it. So you're able to perceive it.
Yep.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
So you're saying no advantage?
I'll say advantage. That's fine. Right.
Thank you so much, because I'm so
can perceive-
scared
wait.
right now.
What do you mean you have advantage because you can see it? What effect is
The
that?
turquoise effect of blue magic. I have advantage on saves of known spells or effects I can see. So is this an effect or spell?
No, because you can't.
Oh,
see
boo
exactly
on you!
can't
Boo on
see
you!
it.
I get it.
You hear it, but you can't see it.
It's fine. I'm confident now again. I
The
rolled
burnt
high.
the burnt little stubs of ears can't quite. It's not quite the same as seeing it with your flaming eyes.
What kind of save?
Wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save. Oh, dirty 20, baby.
Nice. As Dracula Lazarus
You fail.
fades into view. His stringy, seaweedy hair is lashed onto your arm, kind of wrapped around your arm, as you feel like for a moment you felt like your body was started to shrink, and you started to feel like gills start to pop out of your, and then you nope, and you
That's not a thing I like.
and you
Consent
pull
is needed.
out of that as he's muttering the words. He was you recognize the polymorph spell. He was
Oh,
going
yeah, I
to turn
do.
you into a guppy.
A fierce guppy. I've
Now
heard of one that
is-
traveled with a mermaid and a
He's
crab.
visible.
And now he's visible.
Uh,
You don't see him because you're trashing there. But yes, clearly in sight. All right.
Thank you.
That's that. Okay. That. Stumbling along. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 25, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15. They all seem they're just passing right underneath Gossie, you and Maple. They're passing right under the right. They don't see you. Like they're not looking up. So they're just kind of milling forward towards the one person they can see, which is the keeper.
Hello.
The ravens are busy chasing. No, they are not doing very well trying to attack my little imp. That one. This one is. Let's see here. Yeah, Ember's right there. They're going to try to attack this batch here. This flock here is going to try to attack Ember. What's Ember's armor class?
I mean, it's not high.
Well, they're not rolling very high either, so it is actually going to be a challenge here.
All right, give me one moment. I'm looking. I got to bring up the page. Familiar and all.
The battle of the featherweights, basically.
Where is that? There. Oh, because I was under that. Okay, hold on. AC 15.
They miss.
All right.
But they're swarming Ember right now. All right. Keeper, it is your turn.
It's my turn. I have a question,
Yes.
mainly because of the angle of the camera, though I do love seeing the elevation.
Uh-huh.
I got to roll. Nope, the keeper can't take control. So Alistair's still in control.
Okay.
With the angle of this camera, my friends are elevated.
Yes.
So I believe I can put a 20-foot radius fireball that would encapsulate myself, all of the enemies, but not my friends.
Gossie is 20 feet. So where are you centering it?
That's the thing. I think if I center it kitty
20?
corner from me on the other side of the illusionary altar, from my angle, I think it won't diagonally hit my people who are elevated, but I will center it however I have to encapsulate them. But because of that arc, it should keep them safe.
You can catch these three, and that would not quite catch the ravens. And actually, you'd be out of it too. You can catch those 3 bog zombies if you want. Unless you want to.
I want to catch the ones directly in front of me as well. I want to try to, like that, with this angle, I'm trying to catch as many of them, if necessary, myself, but not my friends. Oh, hello, angles.
This will show.
So, okay, if I put 5, 10, 15, 20, so that catches them. Okay.
So 20-foot radius?
20-foot radius in every direction, including spherical, which is why I was hoping if I put it right at the ground level, it'll catch me, bad guys next to me, plus the edge of the bog zombies, but not my friends. If I put it kitty corner down next to the altar across from me.
Yeah, that's going to be short for the bog zombies. Basically, you can hit either everything by you, the ravens and Jackie Lazarus, or you can hit them, but they're just far enough apart that you can't quite hit everything.
All right, I'm going to make sure I hit Dracula Lazarus and anything I can get as a bonus, even if that includes me.
All right.
I mean, no matter what I do, it includes me.
It's not centered on you, though, right?
No, but it's a 20-foot radius, so I'm in it.
So put it here, so you drop it right behind them, so you just whoom.
Oh no, I want the potential of getting the edge of zombies if I can. Like that's the thing. I want zombies and Dracula Lazarus.
There's no way.
So I'll put it.
Zombies. I see. Dracula Lazarus and zombies. Okay.
I just want to make it low enough that it doesn't burn my friends.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
You can hit 3 of the zombies and Dracula Lazarus and yourself.
Perfect. Does that hit the swarm of birds too, or no?
It will hit. So basically, it'll hit this one, but not this one. Not the ones chasing my little imp.
That's fair.
Yep.
So as I do this, I am going to, because we are a coven, I'm going to look for magical consent to cast Fireball at a 5th level through all of us.
You are not
so
within
that
30 feet of your next.
Oh, I'm not. So it's just
not.
me.
April's 30 feet in the air. Gossie's 20 feet in the air.
Nope, that's absolutely fine. I still have. Right. Yeah, I. Okay, so I'm just using my 3rd level slot. That's absolutely fine. I am okay with this. Fireball. Everyone rolls, including myself.
Yep.
15. That already beats my spell save, so I have resistance plus resistance.
1, 2, and what's the save? Dexterity?
14 dexterity. Holy crap, I should take a picture of that. Would you trust me if I told you I rolled 4d6 to get the first part and all of them are 6s?
Nice. All right.
I still have more to roll, but I was so shocked by that where it's like.
I got to roll for the Ravens yet, too.
Yep.
Okay.
Holy shit, that's a strong roll. Okay, hold on. I got to do math. Six plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3.
For a total of
42 fire damage for everything that takes full damage. And it is
all of them.
Okay, so I literally look at Ember because that's pretty close to the right area, and I'll be like, "Sweetie, it's time to combust." And or no, it's Alistair. So it's like, "Burn, bitch," and boom, and 42 damage to everything that takes full damage, which you said, which is most. Divide by 2. Half of that, which I half, as well as Amber does, we each take 10 damage because we're resistant to fire, and we actually both made our saves.
Nice.
Which thankfully my save is a 14, and Ember's was a 14, and mine was a 17 plus.
Burning tar, burning balls of tar. One still has a raven attached to its face as that goes up in flame. The undead swarm that was swarming Ember is toast, like just turned into their own little embers, burning corpses, and Dracula Lazarus is lying prone. As the like boom, and you can kind of feel like the hair burns off your arm as he collapses to the ground, smoking, smoldering.
But he's not dead.
We don't know. But as that mushroom cloud of just poof happens, and the little ember of fire is still floating in the air, and I'm the burned corpse with just like maybe a smoldering cloak still stands there. Alistair's still in control. We're not done yet. Clear the field and make sure this spell ends.
That's it. So Gossi, you're up. As you're floating through the air, as this is happening, as this flames are licking all around you, you have a fourth premonition.
The adder in the heart of the stone and a brood above have only to wait, and your doom will be sealed in darkness and eternal racking pain.
It is your action. Oh, roll me a constitution or a concentration check, please, for the flying compatriots.
Yep. Without Constitution, that's a not 20.
Nice. All right. Piece of cake. You don't even feel any
It's
kind of
fire.
hiccup.
I am the keeper of the flame, baby. All of this bravado comes after the roll, if you notice.
Yes.
As it should be.
Premonition. Free action. You're 20 feet in the air. There's 2 zombies flanking the this island yet. Draculazarus is down. There's still some ravens chasing my little imp.
Fiend.
My little fiend. Excuse me, my little fiend.
I am going to call down my sky blades again.
Okay.
For this one.
All right.
So that's a dexterity saving throw.
That's not even close. These dice are great for you all, but
21
damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I will fly high.
Right, lightning strikes up and down, up and down, up and down. It's still staggering forward one step at a time. There's just barely anything left. Like it's on fire. It's still staggering forward. Somehow it kind of stumbles on its feet. It's still on its feet, heading towards the keeper. And you're flying up. Okay. Where are you flying to?
Just up.
Straight up.
Yep.
Right. How many feet up?
I'm gonna say like 60 feet.
Okay. Way up. All right.
And then,
by the way, I love your elevation. I love that it has actual scale to it. That's awesome.
That was a nice gift I got.
And then my little fiend is going to dive down and scoop up with another bite attack.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll, please.
Bite, 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 bite.
Bite.
13.
Is a hit.
Did I do my... Five damage, and then zoom up.
Okay. They're just tailing back and forth after zoom up out of range. They're making an opportunity attack. Mm-hmm. What's its armor class?
13.
They do hit.
Okay.
For 3 points of damage. piercing.
Oh, did they make their DC 11 Constitution saving throw?
Oh.
Just
They failed it.
toss that in like some salt.
Yeah.
$14.
Okay.
And how many? Sorry, how many hit points? It was 3.
3. Okay. So basically, just playing tag, like single-handedly, like taking the swarm and keeping them distracted, and just picking them off one at a time. This dog.
Chris, would you say that imp crow is being a maverick or a goose? Sorry. Sorry.
Iceman.
That's shame. Yeah, Iceman.
This is the right. You see the little birds. You see from little birds chasing the bigger birds, just chase them off from the nest. And usually the little birds are doing better. They're not doing better in this one. The bigger bird is slowly wheeling down the ranks.
By any chance, as the imp crow, attacked one, did they go inverted and give the bird, or
A lot going on. If the keeper wants to pause to
I mean, you can appreciate beauty.
Maple, you are up.
Yeah. Is that one tar zombie? Is he the only one left on the field?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, there's one on the far side. Oh, I'm sorry. That one is still moving too. Yeah. There.
I thought.
Sorry.
I thought that was Scald. I'm thinking of this whole time.
I hope not, because otherwise there's a possibility I scolded Scold.
No, that was another one that's just kind of having trouble getting up the embankment.
Got it.
Not the
it's muddy.
There.
Yeah.
But he was just scrambling a little bit.
It was slippery. It was slippery.
Keep embankment on that side. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna the one. I guess. Well, Gossie has got this pretty well in hand. Is Gossie still standing? Is she flying there? I guess.
Gossie went straight up,
straight up.
She
Okay.
below you, and then now she's up above that storm cloud cover that she's got. You're
okay.
You're slightly above it too. You can still see swirling. You can see what's going on through the swirls of the storm, but she's way up there now.
Okay. I'm going to. Can I use my movement to get to that, or I guess close enough to that zombie that just got to the tar man that just got up the embankment?
Yes,
because I see that he's coming for
40. Gets you there. You still have 20 feet of movement left. You are still 30 feet up in the air.
That's fine. I'm gonna pelt this guy with some hot candy. Casting Candy Blast. So that is a ranged spell attack roll. So that what is my range? Dexterity is +1, so that is a 16. Does that hit him?
16 hits, yes.
Cool. Then he gets pelted with 2d8 bludgeoning candy damage. So that is a 6 and a 7. So that's 13. Just
13, you said?
yeah.
Nice. Like part of its arm is ripped off. And there's a big hole kind of right in his forehead, like you see this is prehistoric surgery. That's the kind of hole that's been shoved through.
Ooh.
Candy, some of the candy's accumulated in there. Yeah.
Can I give inspiration to the DM for just the idea of the oxymoron of prehistoric surgery?
You have it.
Trepanning. Yeah.
I'm just saying. beautiful visual.
Do you
I'm
really
pretty
want
sure.
inspiration at this point? I'll
I
take it.
do.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Dang it. I need it.
Hey, been there, been there, been there.
Maple, anything else you'd like to do after you're making your impromptu candy dish?
Um,
Dog zombie candy dish holder head.
no, I don't think I have any bonus actions, so no.
20 feet of movement left if you want it.
How many?
20 feet of movement left if you want it.
20, and I'm 30 feet up in the air. Let me check a thing really quick. I may want to dive down that 20 feet toward Keeper Alistair.
Yep.
If my within 5 feet of the familiar.
Put on 10 feet. The two of you are within 30 feet of each other then. And the coven stuff takes into effect again.
Got it. Yeah, let's do that because I can't get. If I could get within 5 feet of Alistair, then the distracting aroma, would have effect. Actually, my movement. Does Lolly have an action?
Yeah, on your action. Yep.
Can I have Lolly go down by Alistair Keeper?
Yeah. You just kind of skydives off. You can't see me. I'm imagining Lolly doing the skydive, like gossamer silk taffy wings, like pop out from, and she's
Yeah.
down.
Full ears to So I'll go down to that we're within 30 feet. I'll go down that 10 feet, and then Lolly will go all the way so that Lolly is right up next to Alistair, so that the distracting aroma takes effect.
Lolly 100% does the hero pose land.
I am Lolly.
I hope that just boom, 3-point landing, which is totally unpractical for the knees.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Lolly's a cookie.
That's perfect. They crumble and reform.
Yeah.
Anything else with your you good?
Yeah. No, that's where we're good.
All right. Scald, you're up. Toasting popcorn. All right. Top of the order. All right. Resurrect this. Nope, that's gone. Bog zombie. Stumbling along. 5, 10, 15, 20. These are still chasing back and forth with my little fiend. Just kind of stumble straight through the dogfight. 5, 10. Makes an attack on. Alistair's driving right now, right?
Good. Yep. Alistair absolutely is.
But it is a disadvantage.
Yes, because it's distracted.
Please no.
You know what? I'm going to burn an inspiration point.
Can I burn mine right back?
That did not do me anything good. If you want, it didn't do me any good.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm good.
Pull back. Pull back.
All right, hold on to it, please. There we go. Scott, what's your armor class?
12.
It rolled a 12. Tie goes the defender. No, wait. 12 attack on attack roll hits. All right. It's going to try to slam you for massive 3 points of damage. It tried to smack you. It didn't realize that most of its arm got torn off by hard rock candy. Slightly smacks you with this kind of the skin, which is kind of floated down to the end of the bone, and just kind of you get more slaps than a pummeling.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
If you wouldn't mind rolling me a concentration save.
I don't mind rolling that at all. That is a 16
Thank
plus.
you.
Yep. we're not done. Hey.
He likes to
Okay.
say all of the dice numbers.
No, that's not it at all. Just because I'm a spiteful DM / right now player, I'm gonna upcast this at second level because I got slots to spare. Hellish Rebuke, because you dared touch me. That's a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, what's it gonna beat?
14. It's not high.
Does not beat.
It
It got
does
a
not.
13. It was close. It's the best roll all night.
Oh,
Best roll
so
all
you're.
night.
Oh my.
wow.
Ho. I got one more dice to roll. I'm at a 19 right now. 2d10 upcasted to third level. Because it's a level 1 spell, and I did it at a second level, so I get to add an extra dice. Oh, that's a 26 fire damage coming at you.
Slaps you. Bursts into flames. Burns so quickly that the body collapses, and there's a moment where that arm is still hanging in the air before it also falls to the ground.
Can I ask for as it falls to the ground, there's like the fingertips that touched my shoulder, and I do the thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Yep. Spell slot used.
Form is attacking my little imp.
My little imp.
My little
fiend. Excuse me, my little fiend. Does a 19 hit.
Yep.
And 7 points of damage, please. Piercing.
And the little imp is poof gone.
Okay, the giant albino raven disappears. And they flutter around in confusion. Keeper. Or, excuse me, Alistair.
Let me roll for if it is actually Alistair. Yep. Keep roll the natural 1. Still Alistair.
Okay. Alistair. There's some undead ravens floating around. There's a barely upright, lumbering zombie on your right. Lolly smells pretty good next to you.
Oh yeah, it does.
You're pretty sure Maple's up behind and above you somewhere. Gossie is you've lost sight of Gossie.
So one of the, if I'm correct, because I have scattered notes that are horrible, which is why as I rewatch episodes so I can perfect my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of the prerequisites for this is killing Draculacwitch or whatever his name is.
Lazarus.
Yep, that's his name. Is killing him equal or equivalent to winning?
Guess you'll find out.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay.
You need to stop Obsidian Hellfeather from becoming a lich.
Where is
disturbing her body or the phylactery?
And we have not found either of those yet as of now. Perfect. All right. So Lazarus is on the ground and unconscious. Or is he?
Roll me perception.
I'm gonna walk up to him either way. He's very close to me. Is he conscious?
He is not conscious. Kind of toe him with your foot. He's not conscious.
All right.
He's not playing dead.
Okay. I'm gonna grab him by the neck
Yep.
in the as that loose aggressive, I'm choking you.
Skin
And
is sloughing off.
I'm casting Cure Wounds.
Yep.
Which I hate that I'm you wasting this spell. Oh, thank God I rolled that. I give him 1 hit point. Goddamn right that's how that goes.
Have choked gasp to life as you have your head skin just like oozing skin.
Yeah.
His hair is just stubbly.
Oh yeah, all of that tentacle hair things is gonna be a thing you're gonna have to work towards in the future.
He smelled like dead fish before, and now he smells like burnt dead fish.
This is gonna be a conversation that has one of two directions. Either this ends with a period, and I'm happy to end it. Seriously. And then Alistair reassumes because he's here in control, but the keeper is what's keeping his body alive. All right. You're working for your master. That's fine. Tell me where it is. I'll let you live. I'll even heal you a little bit more. Tell me where your master is. I will stop my friends from killing you as you run if you tell me how to stop your obsidian master from rising from its grave, and I'll give you all of the opportunity to maybe become the new master or god or whatever it is you and your shitty cronies want to do because you're monsters and you like to hurt people. Whatever it is, I'm down for it. I'll deal with you another day. Help me stop it today, and you can be in control instead of being a lackey that is going to be killed tomorrow because you pissed off your god.
Staying with initiative order. Gossie. You may be catching just hints of what's this conversation on the wind, but not the full conversation. You're 80 feet up in the air. But.
All right, I will fly down.
I'm not talking quiet, if that helps.
And send.
Yeah, it did sound like a quiet conversation.
I'll send another call lightning toward this one.
Okay.
Please, not towards me. I'm standing over his corpse.
As the ravens are fluttering right nearby Alistair. Failed to save. Lightning, the force of the lightning slams it into the ground, and it just kind of falls over, smoldering. That one's out of play. Very dramatic, as the keeper is giving his right. This is the terms, and right behind him, lightning slams down and fries this bog zombie as it falls over and smoldering. Maple.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The imp is gonna take a.
The imp dissipated.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. That's
imp
right.
Is off the board.
All right. So I will come down so that I'm just hovering behind.
So 80 feet up, you can move 60 feet.
I hope after what Gossie just did, Maple, give me sprinkles or confetti. Or literally just
down 20 feet.
Well, I said I came down 60 feet, so
down to down 6, so from 80 and 20 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just end there.
All right. Maple.
Yeah. I will kind of float down
ravens floating, flying around, confused. You also caught. You're close enough. You definitely caught this conversation.
Oh yeah,
There's
I remember I
light
was only
coming out.
10 or 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah,
20 feet.
20 feet. Yep.
I'll kind of swoop the rest of the way and come closer to this situation until I'm standing right next to Alistair Keeper, scooping Lolly up on the way.
I'm just gonna. You still have flight on you. I'm gonna have you.
Yeah, I'm not flying anymore though. And I will take out my my beautiful peppermint dagger and just sort of I'll, nonchalantly
Lick the peppermint.
lick the peppermint dagger.
As my kids do. Just
Yeah. And just sort of leaning into Draculazarus and go, I think I would do what he says. And I think you should do it quicker than you've ever done anything in your entire life.
Intimidation.
To try and persuade Draculazarus.
Intimidate. That's 100% intimidation.
It's persuasion.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Pretty please.
So persuasion.
Yep.
Pretty please.
Roll me persuasion, please.
Oh yeah. Which dice do we want to use? This one. Roll
The ones that do good.
Ooh, that was a 19, and then I have plus 5, 6 to persuasion. 22, 22, 25 for persuasion.
Booyah!
Pew, 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 pew. And sure, a little of sprinkles.
Wow. All those Scott faces on the chat. Holy crap. Sorry. I just got excited and
Draculazarus
chat.
makes a coughing, like his eyes kind of widen at Maple, but then something slides across his face. He makes a choking gasp. Alistair, I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
All right, wisdom save. Do I see a spell or effect coming?
See a hex coming at you.
Does this count as an attack?
No, it's not a counter spell. It's an effect as a witch.
Oh,
with a tranquil thing, I can see.
Sure.
I get advantage on saves.
Yep,
that's all it is.
Yep, go for it. You have advantage on the save.
Thank God, because the first roll was a 1.
I already burned my inspiration point. Damn it!
Not 20. Plus,
slimy little so-and-so.
DM, I want to give you the full roll. I am sorry. I just want to make sure I pass this check.
So we right.
25, not 20 plus a 5, 25. It's so rare I get to be here, Chris. I'm sorry. It's so rare.
Trying to charm you with a witch hex.
How dare they?
Swarm of Ravens attacks you because you're closest. They gave up trying to find the white one. The white.
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm here. I get it.
It's fine. We got disadvantage.
What's your armor class again? Oh yeah. Sorry, that's right.
Disadvantage, but my armor class is a 12 because I'm a burned corpse.
No, disadvantage. They can't find. They're swarming around. They're trying to find this treat thing again. So yes.
Treat?
Consider them ineffective at this point.
Oh.
Keeper.
Yes.
He shot his shot.
I feel like there's more context. I shot a shot, but
Draculazarus, that was his turn. Like he tried to. He's not turning. He didn't give you everything you wanted. He tried to charm you. So.
Oh.
That was his action.
Okay.
That was his action on the turn.
That's such a poor choice. Oh. Okay. Free action, or I will use my bonus action.
What are you doing?
You tell me, Chris, because I'm talking to the players.
What are you trying to do?
Hey, anybody have inspiration they can use to help me out with this?
Yes.
So bonus action, maybe. I'm going to cast Charm Person.
Okay.
I have disadvantage on this. Like he has advantage on the roll because we are already in battle. But that's why I was hoping maybe
Sure. Here's my
to make it a
inspiration.
flat roll or maybe a negative roll for like, hey, you really need to be serious with me because I'm going to burn you, and then we're going to use your ashes to turn you into flour to make cookies, and then that one's weird demon bird is going to eat you and turn you into poop.
All right. So you're trying to charm him.
I am.
What's the FP?
So a 14. It's so low.
Save?
For Charm Person, I believe it is. I'm gonna double check. I believe it is though.
Even in his state.
Yeah, Wisdom saving throw.
You can feel him trying to hawk something up to spit, and it just kind of dribbles down his lips onto your arm
Blech.
as he resists the charm.
Yeah, I knew he would. Even with inspiration, giving him disadvantage if anybody is willing.
Right. He had disadvantage.
Okay.
I did give inspiration. Yeah.
Okay, you did. Okay, so disadvantage.
All right. With that, he does not hawk up a spit thing.
Oh, okay.
Friend.
Yes. Friend. How do we stop you, master? I'll let you go. You can live your life. You can be the new master. How do we stop the obsidian?
Disturb the body.
We did. It's an illusion.
Disturb the body. Or the
Which
box.
body? The box.
In the box. The body.
What box?
What
box?
The stone.
The stone. Immediately, like, just immediately, I'm just telling you, Alistair, he's still what he is. Fuck up the stone! Blow up the stone! Southern stone! Blow him up!
What?
The stone, you said the pillars were Southern design, which were a point that Maple pointed out that these pillars are carved and created in a Southern style. So he said, blow up the Southern stones.
Okay.
Blow up the stones because the middle pillar is 100% illusion, right?
That altar is illusion.
Right.
So, okay. Are you? And you're right next to.
Okay, for Scott's context.
I'm just
that middle
is undead ravens are so confused they just fly off. We're going into.
That's fine. Okay, great.
Which pillar do you want to mess with? You got Ember here too. Do you want to send Ember to one of the stones?
I do. Okay. So, taking what he said, I want to send Pillar or Ember right into the stone right next to her.
This one?
Because that's right there. Yeah.
Right through it again. That's
perfect.
Also illusionary. That's also an illusion.
Okay. Can I ask
Quickly
with
zip him through?
What?
Oh, ship. All of these were
Hey,
illusionary.
Illusions.
Yep.
So The altar in the middle and all of the pillars, everything is an illusion. Is an illusion.
The stone. His eyes kind of roll to the right.
What is to the right of where he is? I am choking him and looking to his right.
There's a bush. Gossie's checked that bush. You know Gossie's checked that bush at least once.
Right. What do I have available to me?
Gossie, Maple, anything as this is going on, anything that you're...
Yeah, I mean, if we're not, are we not in initiative anymore?
Yeah, we're out of
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Oh,
We'll be out of initiative.
cool. I'll run over there and check on that bush.
Like,
Really
I'll point
investigate
at
it.
that bush, like, there, check that again.
So Gossie, you're running over the bush, or Maple, you're running
And
over the bush.
in that, and I
Yeah.
will say, in that frustration, as the darker, more normal fire flame is in the face, that blue is bleeding up the sides because Alistair is frustrated and trying to get information, and the keeper is clawing for control.
Roll me a nature check, Maple.
Nature?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. 18.
This is a weirdly symmetrical bush.
This is a weirdly symmetrical bush.
Blow it up.
I will use Call Lightning
Okay.
and have it directed at that bush.
Okay. We'll just say Maple's just barely out of ranges. Slams into half of the bushes on fire. Maple right in front of you, like just like you're like the hairs on your arm back there, like, and then after the lightning strike, like the left half of the bush is clearly in flames, and the right is perfectly untouched.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at it.
As you do that, how would you flavor that?
That's a really great question. Maple is in a bit of clarity at the moment. So frustration is kicking in. And when you turn an oven up really, really hot and everything turns to ash?
Mm-hmm.
Basically she's turning the heat up on this spell.
Okay.
She wants the spell to turn to ash.
Ashley turns the heat up on. Burns away the illusion that was half of that bush. Gossie had checked that bush, but she was always on this side. Burns away the illusion, and you don't see the stairs. There's a stone here. There's a large.
I love it.
Stone.
Okay.
Large flat stone.
Maple is going to move that large flat stone, or attempt to.
Is any athletics check, and or potentially someone helping? Advantage.
There's a large flat stone over here. Why don't you break his neck and come help me?
Okay.
Okay.
So is that advantage to move it?
Maple. With advantage, Maple.
Cool. Okay. So 17 minus 1 is a 16. Wait, that's athletics?
Yep.
Yeah, it's still minus 1, so 16.
Yes, with help from the keeper. Gossie, of course, is aloof and supervising.
Basically the keeper.
Full side. slide that stone aside, and there are stairs going down into the earth.
I'll fly down in there. Thanks.
So Gossi
You're
is
very
leading the
far
charge.
away.
Are you preparing anything? She's still got 60 feet of flight.
I get it, but just not sliding down there. The way that sliding, that's a lot of movement to be sliding down there.
Flying.
I mean, I technically have flight still too, yes?
Yeah, I'm still concentrating.
Cool.
All right.
I'll
So
you
all
fly
tumble
up
down.
there.
sliding on down there too.
You all tumble down the stairs.
Yeet.
Sliding.
Sliding, excuse me. So Gossi's in the lead. Who's second?
Probably Maple.
Yeah. And I am begrudgingly moving the stone and then tumbling down the stairs as a clod.
There's barely room for the three of you down in this crypt.
I'm like 30 feet back. I'm so slow compared to their sliding.
And here again, you see on this kind of raised stone pallet carved into this cavern is again the twisted, painful looking, even in death, body sitting out there. In her hands is clutched a small, delicate box of black stone, obsidian, such as was carved by the stonecutter, with silver filigree, as perhaps may have been made by the silversmith, wrapped all around these pieces of obsidian stone, forming it into a box with silver hinges and a clasp. And you can hear thump, 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 thump,
Cool.
thump, thump,
How tightly is this being held?
just gently resting on her hands on her chest.
Can we
Scott,
open it?
I'm gonna cast Scurry in it.
Okay. Scott, you have your hand up?
Hex,
We got one bid to cast Scurry on it.
or Hex.
I have a question, which is the speed of thought. I get what all the implications and everything is, but I also know this thing is bad. Can I ready an action as a reaction to basically cast Fireball, because I know I'm within the group, to cast it at 5th level and tell all of them as Alistair before I even have a chance to have the Keeper take over, to turn this room into an inferno, but give everyone a chance to grab or do whatever they feel necessary, because this repeat
You're
needs to stop.
Readying the fireball at
5th level Fireball centered at my fist as I grab the corpse of this thing that needs to end.
Maple and Gossi, you can feel Alistair's, like his body heat, like immediately starts cinching up. You've seen this, like he's preparing to cast something.
Cool.
Gossi, you're getting ready to cast Scurry. Maple, what are you doing?
I'm gonna fly out of this chamber.
Right.
I don't enjoy being in ovens.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get out of it.
Yep.
I know what happened to
the
this.
Scurry
As
and
an action
flying
and a
out.
cloud. Okay, yep. Scurry does what again? It's a witch thing. It does.
A non-magical object sprouts legs and runs away.
All right. How quickly? AC of 10, 20 feet in a direction you choose.
Mm-hmm.
There's only choices up the stairs again. It's very cramping. All right. Okay. Hex is going. Maple's getting the heck out of here. Hex, Gossi leaps, angles, flies up the stairs as Keeper. You are dropping the bomb on the body.
And as like that spell, if Chris, you tell me if I can basically self-destruct. That's what I'm looking for.
Yep. Go for it.
As the Keeper is being forced to self-destruct into this fireball that is a nuke.
Yep.
Alistair takes that breath and says to the keeper, I win, bitch.
Flames, right? Michael Bay. Flames come shooting. Gossi and Maple.
Michael Bay, inspiration.
Flying out of the thing as this flame explodes behind you, and both of you feel the fly spell like dissipate, and you both kind of just and you land in the water, surrounding in the dark in this surrounding this rock as gouts of flame are blowing out of the tunnel behind.
Inspiration for Michael Bay. In a like an explain like inspiration, Scott, to Chris for our like in game in the inspiration.
We'll wrap here. The two of you pick yourselves up. It's not a deep lake. You have to drag yourselves to the shore. The keeper does not come out. You have no idea what's going right. Immolation, whether that would actually stop the keeper or not, is an open question, right? We know the Deathrattle, the curse, killed two of the coven, or Scott, Alistair knows that two of the Deathrattle curse. Does self-immolation do it? Don't know. And we'll leave it there as a mystery, whether or not the keeper is gone as well.
Did
Yes.
the fox made it out?
20 foot.
No.
It could only fly 20.
Well, I feel with the death curse, maybe 35. You know.
Maple and Gossi, dawn comes. You're able to drag yourselves back up out of this valley to the campfire. There's a pot of tea on, but Agony Death Thistle is nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end the Deathrattle arc. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, the three of you, for playing with me. Thank you to Mage Hand Press for this awesome witch compendium, which is
the definitive.
Complete Witch, the definitive edition. Thank you, Catherine.
Definitive. By the way, I want to say on my own part, thank you, Gossi. Thank you for Maple for being far more interesting and fun characters than I ever could have done with the keeper. Because like you made so much fun. Whereas like I was like, what is the keeper again? What is I remember what Gossi and Maple are. What was my inspiration for doing that? Like, thank you. Because that was the fun of my game as a player. So thank you.
I think the both of you made this super fun.
I did kind of miss the keeper's dry wit this time. Alistair
Yes.
behind the wheel and stayed. So
I rolled some good rolls for Alistair to have some actual player. But awesome. I love Gossi. I love Maple. And every game has been a pleasure. And yeah, I freaking love these characters. And I'm not going to try to weasel those into canon.
I love it.
That's it. That's what we've got.
It's a wrap.
No, this is a part one.
This is arc 1.
Yeah.
Over another year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. You can plan this out and we can do specials and you resume the role of the witch game DM every now and then over the course of the next however long. And Chris, yes, there's implications. Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. We'll see you next Friday, I believe, for a regular scheduled session.
Yep.
And
big things.
Ooh.
All right.
Players don't even know. Big things.
Thanks, everyone.